Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match follow show on the internet. We've invited Dom along today because Graham's off to a party, Graham and Dan, so Dom's filling in. Thanks for coming, mate.
No worries, mate. Appreciate it.
Right, shit game. Take us through the starting lineup, I suppose.
Yeah, but probably the longest thing we can talk about after that game.
Oh, God.
Adrian started in goal. Collins coming in for Reedy, who's suspended and injured, which is just our luck.
Just our luck.
Just that.
Bonner, Kyoto, back three. Creswell left, Antonio right. Noble, Obiang, Lanzini, Payet, and Ayew starting up front.
To be fair, it's the team I said before the game.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to start RU today. He deserved a chance.
I think the worst part of that is that's probably our strongest team.
For now, it is.
Yeah.
Ayew's not a forward though, is he?
Yeah, we signed him as a forward, didn't we?
He is a forward, but
he's the one we covered up saying
Yeah.
the big money striker.
Yeah,
we signed him because he can play. He played up front a bit at Swansea last season. He got goals, but
Well, it looks like Zaza's done now, doesn't it?
If for him, definitely.
Was he on the bench?
He was on the bench.
Yeah.
We could have brought him on. You won all at home against Stoke. You bring him on, didn't you?
we brought Fletcher on for that, didn't we? Before it went sits up. But
Well-
we ain't going to play, are we? Because the more we play him, we'll have to fork out.
I think it's one more game, mate.
Yeah, one more game.
I think so, yeah. That's what I've been hearing.
One more
game.
appearance and then that's it.
The worrying
ain't
thing
gonna
as well,
play,
though, when you
yeah.
look at that bench,
Bin.
when you look at that
I was
bench,
to say it's a
there
bin.
wasn't a defender on that bench today.
You're not.
No, it was only Nordveit, he's an oldie midfielder, he's not a defender.
Yeah, but he can play centre
Yeah, he
back
can
as well,
do, yeah. But that's it. You know, Byram's injured, Oxford's injured.
Look,
Reed's
I
injured.
don't think Oxford's
Right, but the first things first, before we get into that, I mean, you're playing Stoke at home. I know they've picked up results recently, but so have we.
To be fair though, Stoke at home's a tough game.
It is a
what
tough
they're
game.
gonna
We
set
ain't
up,
beat them
like-
for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
No, I know it's a tough game, and I know that it's thinking, but is that not too negative? That's formation, because at times today you're looking at going forward, and we're just so static.
I don't think he could have played another formation today.
I don't know. It
What-
worries me, mate,
what I
because
don't
we're
understand-
setting up like we're playing Chelsea at home, and that worked perfectly against Chelsea at home because it stifles their attackers and lets us counter. But
It's like with the Antonio starting up front against Chelsea. Antonio starting up front, he's powerful, he's quick. Chelsea, the back three that they had out that game, sluggish. It works. Same against Everton, it don't work. Completely different. You've got to pick your side around the
Who you're
team
playing.
you're playing. And we're at home to Stoke, like you said, they've got a good bit of form.
Yeah, but if you haven't
But
got the
go to up
players to
front.
do that,
no, he's right.
But
he's
we
right.
we ain't got the players to do it, but we've got players to play two up front.
I didn't realise how poor our squad actually is.
It's weak.
I'll be honest
It's
with you,
awful.
it's weak.
We didn't recruit well in the summer, did we?
And the thing, we brought in 13 players.
And this is the thing: people going through our best 11, right? Some are picking Ayew, but if you take Ayew out and you put Andy Carroll in, none of the
Same.
signings are in there.
Yeah.
None of the what does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly.
What you-
We bought a load of shit this summer.
we should have
thing is-
strengthened.
You've got to look at the games we've won, right? And barring probably one player, it was the same 11, so to speak, that was playing last season.
As I've said before, though, them 13 players we signed, like Torre, Faguli, they was all signed for Europe.
Of course they were.
They was all signed based on the we was going to
I
get through in
don't. I
Europe.
don't think Faguli was.
I think it's proved he has because he ain't even getting a chance.
No, but I don't think he's been good enough. I think he expected a lot more. I think he sort of saw him as a
But there was
direct
top
replacement
clubs
for
after him,
Moses.
wasn't there? There was
Yeah,
top clubs after
I
him
mean,
in the summer. I mean, he come from it was Valencia, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they signed him
Valencia,
from?
yeah.
And
But it's just been. It has just been. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry to start this negatively, but it's just been. It has been poor all, and I've been saying it all summer. All we needed in that squad from last year. I know Moses was going to leave. I know him and Ike were going to leave. But let's be fair to what they done last year. It wasn't a great loss, was it?
No.
He's replaced them like for like, and get in one or two top quality players. And I'm sorry to say this, but Noble needed replacing in the summer, and you can say that now in hindsight because he had a great season last season,
Yeah.
and nobody would say he needed replacing. But you look at the way he started this year. I think even out of that squad last year, as well as he played, he's the player I would have pinpointed and said, let's get someone to challenge him. You know what I mean? Let's get. You know who I think would be a perfect replacement for Noble? Joe Allen. Joe Allen would have been a perfect replacement for him.
Him or John Joe Shelby, mate.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, don't
Because
you
he's
think,
dropped down in the Championship, Newcastle.
don't you think that Obiang was the challenge for Noble?
Oh no, obviously
there's-
not,
there's-
because they're playing together.
We
Yeah,
were
but that's
we were
because
planning.
Kyoto's now playing at the back.
Fernandez as well.
We
was
were
a
planning to
challenge for him.
get rid of Obiang.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
You know,
If
I
we'd have got
don't
rid
get
of him,
it.
we'd have been fucked.
Yeah.
Proper.
Yeah.
Well and truly, I don't understand what they didn't see in him. You could see in the flashes of the games that he did play. You see what he does.
Yeah. When he didn't make many appearances last year, but when he did, he didn't put a foot wrong.
No.
I'll take the Tottenham win last season when we beat him 1-0.
You need.
He didn't put a foot
I
wrong.
don't mean this rudely, but in Noble's position, the way we're playing at the minute, you need a player that can pick that ball up and ping it over the top to make the defenders work. Well, that's what we lack, right? We've got we've got small forwards at the minute. Yeah, Andy Carroll's out. We've got small forwards, and you can see, like, even in the past, you see Zaza making them little runs in between the defenders. You can see Ayew today was making them. You know what I mean? And Noble picks up the ball, and he's got, because Obiang's playing there, and he ain't got the ability to do that. All he is a no nonsense. I'll pick up the ball, I'll pass it sideways, or I'll deal with this nonsense. Noble ain't even that. Noble's just. I watched him about a dozen times today. Just get caught in between everything. He's not on the defender's toes. He's not helping out the defence. He's just there doing nothing. He's just fucking running around like an headless chicken. And you need him if he's going to be.
Yeah,
being a
I
bit
think-
critical.
I
of
hate
Noble
to
there.
say it.
Yeah, maybe I am.
I hate to say it, but you know who's reminding me of?
Go on.
Right now, Kevin Nolan. Kevin Nolan of 2 seasons ago.
No,
when
but
he
I
was a
think
passenger
you're being a
all day.
bit critical of Noble there, because I see him a few times today look up and he had no one moving.
That's
It doesn't,
no one
it doesn't
moving.
help with the team's pull, but
Yeah.
And sometimes, like we've said before, if you have to go back, you've got to go back. If you give the ball away, everyone will be up his arse.
You look at Noble last season, the performance he put in last season. right?
Noble was
The
carried
players-
through last season with the
the pla-
spirit of the
but-
bowling,
but
because it
not-
meant so much to him.
Yeah, but the players around him were playing good, and it made him easy to make them decisions in the sense.
This
of
is what I
playing
said
forward.
earlier in my tweet.
we're
Big
not.
players had to step up today, and they didn't. I mean, Payet today, for me, it wasn't great.
it don't
But you
help.
can't say a bad word against Payet.
But no,
It doesn't help. Noble, because like you say, the team ain't playing well. We've got quality. We've got a world class. We've got a Ballon d'Or nominee in our
I know.
team. We should be doing better than he should be doing better than he is. But he's Payet, right? I'll get back to Noble. I'll go on with Payet now.
Ballon d'Or, he doesn't even look like
Well,
that at the minute.
exactly.
He doesn't even look like he's
Exactly.
fucking worthy of a cart door, let alone Ballon d'Or.
last
Bang
season,
on the
fair
door.
enough, outstanding. This year, he don't look like he gives a shit. He is lazy. Everton last week, piss poor.
They should, but the thing is, Dom, with the formation we're playing and the amount of defensive players we're supposed to have there mopping up, he should be affording to be lazy. He should be He's the
think
luxury man that we've got.
It's the size of the pitch as well. I'm going to say it again. I mean, you look at Tottenham at Wembley, can't win.
They
Can't win.
But
I'm so glad they're getting Wembley as their home seat. They're getting fucking relegated next year. They carry on like
The
that.
thing is, right,
No, honestly, it does
So,
affect.
Of course it
It does
does.
affect.
Yeah, of course it does.
But right, you say that it doesn't affect. You say with Payet he's playing poor. The players around Payet are playing poor. We haven't got a forward making a movement. There's no movement at all. You saw that today.
I don't-
There's a
no, I
time
don't
where
agree
Ayew's
with that,
running-
mate.
No,
I
Ayew's running forward with a ball, right? Got the ball. There ain't a player
Oh.
around him.
oh,
Right?
where are you going?
Turn it
Where are you
down.
going?
Just our luck.
Right, there ain't a player around him. Yeah?
Oh, he's still talking. He's off the camera.
He just went.
There ain't a player around him making a move, and he's got so much time on the ball. He's sitting there looking at people going like that, and no one. There's no movement. You can't look at Payet. Payet was shit against Everton, right? There's no two words about it. He weren't that bad today, and he's still
he got
creating more
assists,
chances. But he's creating more chances in our side than any other player.
Maybe we
and-
put him on a pedestal.
He can't
but
carry.
that's it.
He can't carry the team.
No, he can't.
No,
he
and-
can't.
and that's the thing.
He's a great player, but he's not the type of player who can carry the team
With what-
because he ain't a leader.
No, and
Noble's
that's
the,
it.
Noble's the leader.
That's- no,
that's
the
why I
thing
don't
is,
want to
that's-
drop Noble,
that's
because
what
he's
we're
the only
lacking.
leader. Without him, we ain't got a leader.
That's what we're lacking though, a proper leader. I love Noble to bits, and I can imagine him in a dressing room geeing them all up. But on the pitch, he doesn't look like. That's what we're missing: a leader, a commanding leader at the back. And this is where I thought James Collins comes in today. He's a leader. Come on, but I was watching him, and he was more interested in pulling his shorts up half the time.
Thing is, though, I thought he had a good game, Colin.
Yeah, he did. He played well.
I slated it. I was a bit wary when I see his name in the lineup when I knew he was coming in for it. But no, a lot of the time he does put in a solid performance, but he's always got a mistake in him.
But that's it. But I thought we defended all right today. You know, barring.
We dealt well with them.
Yeah,
Let's
barring
be
the mix-up.
let's be
exactly.
honest,
We're
let's
sat
be
here
honest.
pissed
Look,
off.
we can go through the Stoke game. The first half, there's nothing to talk about. And I mean that it was just
Apart from Bonner's chance, that was really it, wasn't it? When
the header at the keeper, and that was it. That you can. Second half, it started much the way of the first half, but then he made some positive changes, Slab, and then that's when the game started to really pick up.
So you say positive changes. Are you coming off?
Yeah, I didn't think that was right.
That was a change
I would have
that was
gone
set from the start.
2 up front.
Yeah.
He should have gone.
But he
Are
sort
you
of
and Fletcher?
He pushed Antonio.
Antonio went up,
And
but
Fernandes went
that's
out
why I
to the
thought
right.
it was quite
we
positive.
brought Fletcher on, I think, because he's a big old lump. He's tall.
Yeah.
He's seen as an aerial threat, and the way we play,
But we
the
play
way
to
we
his
kept
feet.
playing. I know, but every fucking time we get the ball into the box, no one is there. That's why we brought him on for a bit of aerial threat, and it worked. It worked for the goal because the Stoke defence saw him as a threat, albeit it was no goal. But you know, they all count. But the way we played today, the amount of fucking balls we got into the area.
The thing is, though, how many games have we sat there this season? And we've all said it. Andy Carroll today would have banged in them.
But it ain't just today. It's every week. It's every week. We get these balls into the box, and no one is there. It's either too small. You're crossing the ball, looking for Andre Ayew getting the end of it when he's up against Shawcross, who's about 9'10" or something, right?
9 foot 10.
But the problem is when Carroll's on the pitch, we don't throw balls into the box like that.
Nah.
How many times did we cross the ball today and we've got one player attacking the ball?
That's what I'm talking about. It's a joke.
For a pitch that big, I don't think we make it wide enough.
No.
Said the same thing to him on the way in.
We ain't got the players to make it that wide.
This is why I said, this is why, what we should do is we should switch the formation. We should stop this three at the back. So it worked against Palace, and it just about worked against. We're saying it worked against Palace because we won, and it works. It
worked perfectly at Palace.
Yeah, it's an away game. That's how.
Exactly. Yeah.
We keep setting up. So we set up today like we're away from home. It didn't feel like a home game. I'm not blaming the stadium. I'm blaming the setup of the formation.
No, I agree with you, mate.
Yeah.
It was the same against Sunderland. They're there to be taken. They're there to have.
Yeah, but we're at home to an average side. We are setting up.
We are an average side, Dom.
But
We
so
are an
they.
average side.
But so
Yeah,
are they.
exactly, yeah.
And we at home. We should be going right at them.
Especially with what we've got coming up as well. I mean, we've got an international break next week. Them players should have give it all today to get them 3 points, going to the international break, and then we've got the big one,
It's what
Spurs
worries me.
away.
This was such a massive
coming up.
opportunity to pick up a point.
The thing is,
Pick up
big mum.
3 points.
we're in the position we're in because we haven't got a striker. The formation we play, the way we play, is fine if we've got
But then
a
this
striker.
boils
We
down
ain't
to the
got
two
one.
owners, doesn't it? That give it all the lip in the summer. We're going to sign a 20+ striker. They haven't done fuck all.
30 million, man.
30 million pounds. They haven't done nothing. Well, like Nicky said, they've done it on the cheap.
Yeah,
They
but
always say
They've done it on the cheap, and
Listen,
they've signed 13
it sums
players.
it up that we're begging, you know, we're praying for Carroll and Sacco both to come back.
But where is Sacco? Because he's not injured. He's not injured at all. He said that weeks
Here's a
ago.
stat for you. We are the only team out of the 92 teams in the top 4 divisions waiting for a striker to score. for
Our
us this
strikers
season.
ain't even
What does that
created
tell
a
you?
chance.
What does that tell
an
you?
assist. Yeah, it's
No.
poor. It's poor.
Zaza ain't a striker for me. He works hard.
I'll be honest with you, mate. The team's poor. The club's poor. I think it's been poor all the way round. And I've got some stuff to say later on about Block 114. Let's talk about that a bit later. But let's get through this game first. The goal did come. I thought the 2 changes, although you said it wasn't, but I thought it was positive.
No,
I
it's
thought,
positive.
I
I
thought
think
Fletcher.
The IU one was already. They'd already
I
decided.
thought Fletcher, he showed a lot today.
Yeah.
He showed what he can do. He's got that nice little touch for a big man. He's done a couple of bits of skill. He got through the defenders.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he's going to be a good
Yeah.
tenant.
The problem
in the
is
next few
with now is that he needs a run of games.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But now the run
He
of
ain't gonna
games,
get 'em,
the
is
run
he?
of games. If we give him a run
Yeah.
of games, it's going to be Tottenham,
Liverpool,
Man United,
Arsenal.
Man
We're throwing-
United,
we're throwing the
Liverpool,
kid in at the deep
Arsenal.
end.
But then
Oh,
sometimes it's good to chuck a kid in at the deep end because they ain't got no fear.
course
Look at Ravel
Rash-
Morrison when
yeah.
we chucked him in.
Rashford.
Yeah, Rashford at Man
Rashford,
United.
yeah.
You know, if the thing about Zaza playing one more game and then we got to sign him is true, don't even bother putting him on the bench. There's plenty of youngsters. Martinez is playing well for the youngsters. Brown scored another 2 yesterday.
Midfielder.
But this ain't going to
Yeah,
happen,
but
is it?
that's what I'm saying.
The
Put
thing
him on
is,
the bench.
It won't happen because when was the last time we bought a young player through who stood down at a regular pace in the start 11 for years?
Tompkins.
Exactly. How long ago was that? 8 years ago.
2008 or something
yeah,
like that.
2008. 8 years ago. So
But
what does
that-
that tell?
but
the
listen-
only thing we do with our youngsters is we get them, they show potential in the under 21s, we loan them out, and then their contract runs out, they go.
Yeah.
It happens every fucking time.
Yeah,
so I've got no hope for
name-
these
name-
kids. I'm
name-
sorry.
Since Tompkins, name a player that come through, right, and you could sit there and say he would still be in the starting 11 now.
Reece Burke.
Josh Cullen.
Reece
Josh
Burke's
Cullen.
on loan, he's still there.
Oxford.
Josh Cullen's
That's
on loan.
what I
I'm on
mean.
about the ones that
Everyone's
Oh, what have gone?
Yeah,
have
they've
gone.
gone. No, Hines looked good. Where's he?
Stanislas.
Stanislas. All right, he had 2 seasons sort of in the wilderness,
Yeah, but
and
they
now
got
he's hit a bit
injuries,
of form
didn't
with
they?
Bournemouth. Yeah,
They got
but
injuries.
That's what I'm saying. There's not been anything there to bring through.
There has.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is everyone thinks it, but it don't happen.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen, does it?
The thing is with us, we always live off the academy of like when we bought the Rios, the Lampards, the Carricks, Coles through.
It's
That's-
been
that's not
13
happening.
fucking years. It's
I
been
know,
13
I
years
know.
since all that.
I know.
Yeah, with the academy though, Scott, there are players there
I know
that
they're
have
playing
showed
there now,
potential.
yeah.
Young Potsy's boy showed potential.
Yep.
Monker's boy showed potential. Elliot Lee's boy showed potential. But they haven't got a chance in the first team.
But even,
Yeah,
but
But
even-
to break into a first team, you need to have a shot at the first team.
exactly. But where
Look
have
at
they,
Cullen.
what have they got
They
on
weren't
them?
good
Cullen.
enough for first team.
No,
They
Elliot
weren't.
Lee.
But maybe not,
Maybe not.
But you never know. You never know. Because look at Gareth Bale. At one point, they said he weren't good enough for Tottenham. They was going to
Yeah,
sell
I
him
know.
to
Yeah,
Birmingham.
yeah, yeah.
Now he's the world's best player.
Yeah, I know
Well,
what
I'm
you're
not
saying,
comparing them to Gareth Bale, but I'm just saying that you need to have a shot. Look at Josh Cullen. I think at the minute, the way Noble's playing could have been our fucking answer.
Yeah, but Josh Collins only out on loan. He will be.
Yeah,
what's he doing out
But they
on
all
loan?
go out on loan.
Yeah.
This is what I say. They all go out on loan, and they keep going out and going out and going out, and then their contract expired and they're gone. They're gone. This is my biggest fear because Josh Cullen, right, when he played against Juventus in pre-season, he was the best player on the pitch. He was the best player on that fucking pitch by far.
Bradford-
Phillips rates him a
Yeah.
lot,
And
and I think he will
Bradford
be in
love
the
him.
first team next year.
Bradford at the fans
Burke got like
absolutely love
6
him.
awards at Bradford last year.
Burke,
didn't he?
Yeah.
Burke
for me is better than Oxford.
We're playing 3 centre halves at the minute. Where's Oxford? I know he's injured at the minute.
Yeah.
But
He's going.
He's been
He's going.
sitting there doing fuck all while we've been going. Look, I've heard stories about him. I've heard he's a bit difficult to deal with and all this. But at the end of the day,
I don't get this Oxford hype though, man. Because honestly, from what I've seen of him when I've seen him play, he's not as good as people
Yeah,
think.
but he hasn't played much, has he?
will.
No, but when I've seen him play, like he had how many touches against Arsenal? 5 or 6.
Yeah,
It's only the fact that we won that game
Yeah.
that it was a praise that he had Ozil in his pocket.
He was
Let's be
still
honest, if
su-
we
he was
lost
still
that,
superb,
he was
though.
good. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But if I was a 16-year-old getting an opportunity like that, when he played against Leicester,
It was
he was
complete-
shit.
yeah.
That was it.
When
We
he
ain't
played a
seen
couple
him
of games
since,
after
have we?
that,
He
was
didn't.
poor.
He
But-
didn't. Leicester, that was it.
No.
The
He
games,
played
the
Everton.
games that he played in Europe this
That's
season,
right,
he's
yeah.
done all right. You know, and again,
I'm not
again,
knocking his
this is all-
potential.
no, but this is all set again with the European where we go out of Europe. Oxford would have got games. Burke would have got games. Cullen would
Would
have
he
got
though?
games. They would have.
They
because
would've.
he never played in against Accrington Stanley. If you're going to put him in for a game,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
game,
but
isn't it?
that's it. But you should. But
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's obviously there's a problem there. He's leaving.
There's problems all around the club, though, from top to bottom,
Listen,
mate. There's-
I've heard he's going
He's
Arsenal
gone.
or something.
Yeah, he's
that,
gone.
That will suit. You see, Arsenal are brilliant with their youngsters. He's gone because I don't blame him because this is where it comes back to James Tompkins going. We sold him apparently to give Burke or Oxford a go. And we're still playing Collins. Now, don't get me wrong. I've said about Collins.
yeah,
Whatever.
but Collins is only playing because Oxford's injured.
Yeah, but is he
Otherwise,
injured though?
Oxford
No,
would
yeah.
have
But
played.
if
is
I had
he
a choice
injured?
between Collins and Oxford, I'll play Collins. I
He's
would.
Premier
playing
League- Premier League experience.
The one that you're looking at, if you're playing 3 at the back, is Kyoto, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
Even
Kyoto
he's-
don't normally
even
play
he's
there.
out of position.
He
This is
bombarded
what I mean.
forward so many times today. It's a centre back. You don't do that. I know he's used
Mate,
to
it's
doing
his-
that in
yeah,
the
it's
defensive
his
midfield
natural
role. But he was
instinct, isn't it?
bombing forward. And thank fuck we had 2 centre backs to cover it.
But
That's
we
where-
would've-
that's where-
but
yeah.
that's how it works with a 3 at
Yeah.
the back. That's how it works.
This is
Because
where
Bonner comes forward. a lot.
Czech
Yeah,
should
Bonner
be
does.
playing where Noble's playing because he needs to bomb forward because
Yeah, but-
that's what Czech's good at.
Yeah.
Czech is
He's,
dangerous when
he's
he's
so
running
strong.
a
He's a
team.
machine. No,
You go back to last season, the season before, the amount of times that he bombs forward with a ball and causes defenders problems. We don't do that. Obiang tries, but
He ain't got the
Obiang's here to mop
strength
it
to
up.
do that,
No.
Obiang.
Right.
Kyoto
Yeah,
has.
goal.
He sits in the
Yeah, we had a goal. We did score a goal. Good goal.
Payet
his
assist.
own goal.
I thought Antonio got his head
Nah,
on
it's
it.
an
Antonio
goal.
got his head on it, but it deflected.
Deflected.
Yeah.
Right, so
Thank you, Glenn Whelan.
crept in. To be honest with you, from there, I thought we had that under control.
We didn't look like losing the game. For 90 minutes, we never looked like losing the game.
Didn't lose it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They didn't look like. I thought I thought we defended really well, and we could have easily seen that goal.
Thing is, they brought on Peter Crouch. I mean, I forgot he was still alive, but he's such a dangerous player, isn't he? He's such a target man, and that's what we lack.
Carroll.
But you've got Peter Crouch. Players you want defending against him are players like Bonner and Collins.
Look, they kept him quiet.
Exactly.
The only sniff they had, let's be honest, I know we had a couple cleared off the line. The only chances they had was because of Adrian.
Yeah,
weren't even a
but
sniff.
the one off the line
Adrian
was
made a
'cause of
brilliant
Adrian.
save
Yeah.
from before the goal.
Yeah, it was a great save. I mean, but
then so did their
But that's
keeper in the
no-
first
that's-
half, wasn't it?
they're equaliser. I
Swings
mean,
and
I've just watched the
roundabouts.
replay of it, and Adrian, what is he doing out
But
there?
in the build,
He's got
not
four
long- not long
defenders
before
around
that-
him.
Not long before that, he comes through a ball that he was never going to gets clattered. We get that away. 2 minutes later, he does exactly the same thing. Gets clattered again, goes down injured.
Fucked me off that.
Once you've done it twice and you ain't got the ball, you don't come for the next one unless you're guaranteed 100% to get it. You don't come
He
for
had
it.
no reason to be out there.
There's 5 defenders there.
He's on the edge of his box.
Yeah.
Why?
He's come out of his fucking box.
I know. Stay on the line.
You've got the defence. You've got the defence chasing the guy whoever's flicked it up. Why is he coming out for that?
I think
It's madness.
you see it in Collins' reaction
Yeah.
after their score. He's just what
What are you doing? Yeah.
There
What I've
was
said
no
all along,
need.
though, is that Randolph is so much better at commanding his box. Adrian's a great shot stopper.
That's
I'm
all
not going
he
to take
is.
that away
That's
from
all he
him.
is.
But that you're right. That's all he is.
But that ain't enough
He keeps,
as a Premier
he
League
keeps
goalkeeper.
pissing about with the ball. Every time he gets a back pass, he tries acting like Messi or trying to nutmeg these players. Just boot it away.
For me, the strange thing is him and Antonio's form has been awful since they've both been picked for the national side. Antonio had a better game today. And he
I
played well
thought he
against
played
Chelsea.
all right against Everton as well, to be fair.
I don't
Antonio.
think.
Yeah,
he did,
I don't
yeah.
think he had a
He
bad game.
should have scored a few, but
Look,
he works hard.
the thing is with Adrian is he is a great shot stopper and he's a great character as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah, he
dislike
brings
him.
something to the side.
But when I watch Randolph play, I watch him commanding a defence, and I don't get that with Adrian.
It's funny how things have turned around, because I feel more confidence in Randolph now than I do Adrian. And I remember before when Randolph first come into the team, we was all sitting there going, "Fuck, what's he about?"
Yeah.
He had a shocker in the
Euros.
in
Yeah,
the first.
Europe, yeah.
The thing is, really, with Randolph, you've got to look at it. He hasn't done anything wrong, not to be given a chance. If you know all the games he's played, he's not done that.
When he
wrong where
watches
should
him
get a
doing
chance.
things like that, though, and let's be honest, it's a monthly occurrence. Would you say with Adrian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watford at home,
He was bad, yeah, and today he's costing us points. He must sit at home and think, like, what more do I have to do to, every time. Let's be fair. The times he played in the League Cup last year, FA Cup, and all that, he kept us in games at times.
The game against Chelsea this season in the cup,
Yeah.
he was superb.
It's
The
a
game
hard
against Man
position, isn't
United.
it,
But that's
goalkeeping?
what I'm
Liverpool.
saying. We know as a goalkeeper,
He won't save the season.
You make a mistake 99 times out of 100 it costs a goal, right? Randolph's not made a mistake. Randolph deserves a chance.
He has made one mistake, but I think every keeper's allowed one
but
mistake.
he deserves a chance.
That's
the thing. Adrian's won us points as well. As much as he's cost us points
Palace.
today, he has won us points.
That world class
But
at the end.
he's made 3 mistakes today. Yeah, he'll probably admit to himself that he's made 3 mistakes. But Randolph deserves a chance.
No,
know.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, it's like Obiang couldn't get in the team last season.
Exactly.
When he has, he looks all right. We ain't got nothing to lose. Look, like you said, Adrian bails us out, but he's made too many mistakes.
But you find that when you're down there and you're struggling a little bit, you are the beating of yourself sometimes. You know what I mean?
that's it.
Because you get them rushes of blood to the head. You're very anxious to get them points on the ball and whatever. You know what I mean? Adrian, for all his faults, mate, he probably thought he was doing the right thing. He thought he was going to come out, collect it, going to be an hero.
He's made the decision. He's stuck with it. He didn't hesitate. If he had come running out and then stopped and gone back and gets lobbed, we're sitting there going, "Oh, why didn't he come for it?" You know, we know
He shouldn't have been nowhere near it.
No, he shouldn't have been nowhere.
But the
He
thing
should
is, if
never
it
have come
stays on
out.
his line, that's not a goal.
Yeah,
Simple.
that's
At
it,
all.
yeah.
Simple. That's
Look,
not
I
a
know
goal.
that, but
We had enough players in the box to deal with the initial ball, and even if he did get past them and cross it, we had enough players in the box to deal with the cross.
of course, but
To be honest, he only flicks up in the air because he was out of his goal. He was going nowhere. He was going absolutely nowhere. There was no need for it.
But it's bad, isn't it? It's bad.
It's disappointing. It's disappointing. It's just 3 points that we could have took today, and we've only took one.
We would have had 3 points if it weren't for that.
Somebody
That's
said
the
to
only thing-
somebody
that's-
said to me on the fan cams that we needed that today, and
We
I
do.
agree with him.
Every game's massive in this league, like especially with what we've got coming up. In the next month, or let's look at November and December, we've got Tottenham away, Liverpool away, Man United away. You know,
Arsenal at
we've got
home.
Arsenal at home. It's
It don't get any easier, does it?
it don't.
12 points there all day long, isn't it?
No, but chucking in between, like
Said that about
you've got
Arsenal,
Burnley at home,
bullshit.
Hull at
Yeah.
home. I mean,
Yeah.
people are thinking Burnley and Hull at home. Oh, yeah, trust me, it's gonna be
You
a
ain't
struggle.
guaranteed anything in this league.
Not in
But
this
the
league
thing
now.
is, right, the move to the stadium, we always knew at home would be a struggle this year.
Did we though?
Every team
Did
that
we?
changes stadiums have that struggle first year.
Arsenal didn't.
They drew a few and then
Yeah,
they got
to
going.
be honest, Arsenal on a bit. On a
To be
different
fair though,
pedestal,
with the
weren't they?
stadium, it don't
Yeah.
know what's going on outside, like in the stands.
Well,
and
let's
that.
talk a little bit
I had
about that.
expectations. I thought we'd recruit better.
Yeah,
I didn't have any.
thought, yeah.
I didn't think the stadium would be to blame. I think if we recruited better, we'd be all right.
No, you're right, Don.
I see what you're saying there,
That's
but I do
what I
think the stadium
expected.
has got a part in it.
We needed a top quality midfielder. We needed a top quality defender and a top quality striker.
But the thing is,
and
we
just
did,
to compete
we
with
did
what we've
sign,
got.
back.
we
And a
did
right
sign
back.
top quality midfielders, but it just ain't worked out.
Striker's the main one, mate.
The
That-
striker's
that's
the
the
one
main
that's
problem.
cost
I mean,
us.
Gokhan Touré's been a big disappointment from what I've seen of him in when I've seen him play. You know, I told you I raved about him, but
And he was a
just-
Bilic, and he was a
just-
Bilic signing. You
yeah.
look at Bilic's signings.
He
last
hasn't.
summer.
He obviously hasn't fitted in at West Ham, and then you've got Faguli as well. He ain't had a chance.
But he got injured as well
Nordveit,
for Gooley.
Caleri as
Yeah.
well. Awful.
Caleri.
He's awful.
And when
But
you look at
again,
the signings,
see,
there's no one there
With
now.
Caleri's not a striker that plays up top on his own. He's a poacher.
But that's the thing about
That's
all this-
what we need,
No,
a
but the thing
poacher.
is,
Yeah,
with
but
the,
he ain't going to be able to play
the thing
this
is,
lone
with all
forward.
the forwards we've got, let's look at the forwards we've got available to us at the moment. Ayew, Caleri, Fletcher, they need to be playing as
The
pairs.
thing is with West
Exactly.
Ham is that like
When was the last
everyone
league
was
played
banging on
4-4-2?
about Bakker and Lacazette.
Never.
We should have gone out and bought someone like Hernandez. He's a
Benteke.
natural. He's a natural goal scorer, and he would have fitted in well at West Ham. But
But he would have
The thing
just
is,
been
though,
chucked
he-
up front on his
he,
own,
He
mate.
would have been hard to get because he's at a top side and he's
but
got
someone
Champions
like
League
he plays for
football.
Bayer Leverkusen, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You offer them 20 million, they take it
The
all
thing,
day
the
long.
thing is, you've got to
But
look
we
at
spent that on Ayew.
Exactly.
the ones we slipped up really for me is Boney and Benteke.
Not Bonnie, not
Yeah,
today's
not-
show.
Yeah, but they suit the way we play.
Yeah, I
No,
agree,
Benteke
mate.
definitely.
Yeah,
What's up with Scholes and
and
McMahon?
that's
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 looks like he's had a stroke.
Bought
that's
themselves
where
death.
that's where we slipped up. I think Benteke more. I think he would be perfect for us.
No, I agree.
I didn't want him in the first, but the longer the summer went on, the longer we fucked about.
Andre
We didn't have
Ayew
a
was just a
choice.
desperate buyer, wasn't he?
Andre Ayew stinks of his January signing.
No disrespect to him because he is a good player.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when you think about who
I-
he's
I
linked
rate
with, and
him.
then you end up with him, it's like going out to buy a
But-
Ferrari.
But he's a
and you
good
end up
player.
getting a
Let's be
Skoda.
honest, he's a good player that we didn't need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We was desperate for an
out
out and out forward.
Yeah.
We was desperate for an out and out striker, someone that could challenge the players we've got now. And that's fucking no one. I could challenge the players we've got now because we've got no one.
It was a massive panic.
Why?
Are
We
you
had- look
playing
at the
behind
wingers
Carroll?
we had. We've got Lanzini can play on the wing. Antonio, Faguli at the time. Fucking
Payet.
Torre, we didn't know.
He was a disappointment today, Lanzini. We haven't mentioned him yet.
Nah.
But he was a
I-
He couldn't
disappointment
string
for
two
me.
passes together at points. He had.
I thought he was better than Payet.
Yeah,
he had
no, I
flat,
agree
but
with.
He
with
started
Dom there.
his passing at the start was awful.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
go-
but
going
I
back
thought
to
he was
Ayew.
more. I thought he was more positive than Payet.
But
I
are
do.
you right? It's there to play off of Carroll, to play that Kevin
He's
Nolan
never
role.
going to play off of Carroll.
Because Carroll ain't going to be fit. But if Carroll was fit, well, it's ifs and buts. But that is the type of he would play off of Carroll. He done it at Swansea. He was playing off of Gomez.
Right. Fuck that game anyway. With
Respect the point.
yeah, respect the point.
I think it's two dropped.
Yeah.
I ain't respecting that point of down.
Two dropped.
It's two dropped.
Right.
because we had to win that today.
Let's have a little talk about block 114.
Justice
We
for the 114. Justice.
shut up, Dom. Obviously, we've seen. I wasn't here last week, but we've seen what happened against Chelsea. Big changes today. Segregations looked a lot better. Nothing happening. There was. We sat there at the front of the stand today in the upper tier. All I saw. Back me up on this. 114, bit of banter with the people.
Our own fans.
Yeah, our own fans. Just backwards and forwards. Good spirits. Nothing directed at Stoke fans. Nothing doing that. All of a sudden, for no reason whatsoever, yeah.
The cavalry coming.
I don't know what happened because it was like because I honestly thought to myself when they started going, I thought someone must be stabbed or something down there. That you had stewards coming, right? Straight after that, you had this. I couldn't. They looked like a SWAT team.
Yeah, the snatch
with
squad.
luminous yellow hats coming.
Yeah.
The
Was that
fattest
today?
cunts you've
Yeah.
ever seen.
Was
Yeah,
that today?
yeah.
That's
The
the snatch
fattest
squad.
cunts you've ever seen coming in, ploughing in. Then the police turned up with riot gear.
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked at him. I was like, what the fuck is going on down
Yeah,
there?
there was no need for them to
Are
do
you
that.
talking about the chaps in the yellow caps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was over in. That was behind the goal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where we
114.
was. That's
Yeah.
where we was saying.
That's 114's where I was.
No, 114's been moved.
Yeah.
The people that sit in 114, they sit there now. And yeah, no, they was out of order. There was no need for it, and it's like the club wanted that to happen.
But
To
the
me,
thing-
it's like they're setting that up.
The thing was, right, you see them, you see the geezers here at the front, and the stewards go down, and they're going, you got to sit down. And then they're all turning around again.
Let's
well,
be
they don't
honest.
sit down.
Let's be
You
honest. Are they being set up
Yeah,
by the state? Maybe not the club, but by the stadium.
no, the club.
I don't think the club, no, because the club don't run that, right? I'm not going to say the club. It could be right. You might be right. You might be right. But I'm going to say, just
That's
to
got
save,
Karen Brady written all over
yeah,
it.
just to save face and to save accusations, really. But you got to assume it's a stadium. The stadium run that. They've ploughed in for nothing
Well, let's be honest, right?
to start trouble.
Right, that section that sat next to the away fans, they've moved out, right? That was the only section in the stadium that I see get targeted today. I didn't see anything else going
Yeah,
around
no,
the
there
stadium.
weren't,
no.
Nothing.
That was
Yeah.
it.
No other bit around the stadium, even at the top. Nothing. It was just that little section there. Why?
It's
And it
like,
was-
it's,
and there
it's
was-
like a
there
game
was
of
no need.
dominoes, isn't it?
Yeah.
You storm in there, all guns blazing, you tell someone to sit down. They can't see because someone else is standing up. If they sit down, the other guy, and it goes
Everyone-
on.
they
and
was
then
all happy
it causes
standing.
shit.
There
They
was
was all
no
standing.
problem there whatsoever. It was about the first 2 or 3 people in, maybe 4 or 5, that were standing. That was standing. Where's the other light?
There.
The other one.
Pint.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, we lost that last week. They
Well,
keep
turn
the
some
going
lights on.
freeze.
Same there,
Hold on a
another
minute,
week.
stay there.
What's the matter?
Put the other lights on. Some more light.
I feel like I'm reading poetry. Or something.
I know. I thought the spotlight had come on me. I thought it was my moment. Yeah, I mean, it something's not right there. I'm sorry, but something's not.
The thing for me is the timing that they did it. You know, half hour into the game.
It
Coming,
happens all
storming
the
in, telling
time.
people to sit down at half hour.
But for no reason.
No, that's it. But the thing that bugs me, half hour, there's 15 minutes left. How many people start creeping out to get a pint or get a pie or something like that? What's the point of telling people come down?
But
telling people
like
to
I
sit down
said
and
though,
things
like
that?
I never seen nothing else. The Bobby Moore lower was standing.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see
The bit
nothing
where-
going on
in front
down
of us
there.
was standing.
Everywhere
That's
was
it.
standing. It was just that bit. It's like they've been moved. They're the ones that were there against Chelsea. They've moved them now. Why target them?
The bottom line is, why the fuck have they moved them? Because
To sort out the
because
segregation.
but they're going on about it as if hostile or a bit of that don't happen at football, right? Accept it, it happens. Fans have a go at each other, they go home, they just forget about it. They go their separate ways. They're going on as if it never happens. We're playing Chelsea. What do you expect? Bloke kisses each other? It's not going to happen, is it?
No, of course not. But all they've done, they've moved them and just made it. There's a bigger gap between the home and away fans. You know, that's what it's for.
It's like they want
And
controversy.
To be honest,
It's-
the way
that's
they've
what
set
it's-
it up now, the segregation's a lot better, and is how it should
I
have
said
been from the
exactly the
start.
same thing. It's like they want They want it.
Yeah, they want to. I'm telling you now, right? I'm going to say this. Whatever. If someone wants to say something, I've said it before and I'll say it again. They are not the people that they want in that stadium.
No.
Them people in that block 114 are not the people. She wants all the working class out, and she wants the corporate sandwich munchers in there. I don't give a fuck. And he might be right. I'm just going to say it's a stadium because I think they're the same as well. I think they're all in agreement. With this. The only reason them people came down, the only thing that could have achieved today was a punch-up. It didn't happen.
No, of course not.
Like let's give the fucking people.
They would have had an excuse to get rid of
them. Yeah, and it's being a big setup. And I'll tell you what, the things that they was chanting down there, why the people was like, I heard West Ham United, they treat us like shit, bang on, and I think that is bang on, right, and that is the thing that's been lost in this stadium move by the corporates, yeah, that they are starting to forget that the people that stand on the concourses, that want a bit of banter with the away fans, that buy the beer, are the people that fucking pay the bills in the place, to be quite honest with you.
This ain't the fucking theory, this is football. This is West Ham.
The thing is, right, I was listening to TalkSport the other night while I was driving to work, and a bloke come on there who's a steward at Wembley, and he said at the meeting that they had when they were discussing all the safety things 18 months to 2 years ago before we moved, right, the corporate side of the club is all they were interested in. They didn't want the radio system for the old bill fitting because our fans don't do that.
Of course it is.
That was the
is.
club's words. Our fans are not like that. We don't need the radio system in.
Bollocks.
We don't need this. We don't need that because all they were focused on was that. It's all they're interested in: money, corporate money.
Yeah, every football club, that's all they care about is money.
But that's it. But they've took the safety of us lot, who paid our money to go there, yeah, and put it aside to bring in.
It's a chain though, isn't it? Because but it's a chain though because if we'd have won every game this season, everyone would be happy doing the conga around the stadium.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even allow that, would they?
No, but the results on the pitch affects what goes on in the stands.
But the thing is,
you look what happened when Stoke egalised.
All right, let's put it this way then. If they was that worried about it, spend a bit of fucking money and get some quality players in the team, and we might not be having this discussion.
Not
they didn't even do that. The thing is, they've got more money, and they're only interested in making the money. And the thing is, yeah, to keep us happy, all they needed to do was provide on the pitch, and they didn't even fucking do that.
Yeah,
they didn't even fucking spend them. What did they in the summer? What did they spend? What did they spend? You might be able to tell me a bit
50 million or something.
50 million.
All went on shit.
Huh?
All went on shit.
50. Is it 50 million? 20 million on IU. And what else?
Lanzini was 10 million.
Zaza fee, Lanzini,
Torre.
There's a loan fee in there. Who else did we? Norbo was free as well.
Free. Faguli free.
Yeah.
Torre 5 million.
Loan.
Northfield was free. Masuaku 6 million.
Yeah.
What else? They include that Lanzini thing in there, but I don't think they should have.
Fletcher, I think, was a
2 million.
Tribunal.
It was 2 million.
There's
There's no way there's 50 million pounds been spent.
Because it's lie after lie after lie.
And what did we sell? What, 12 million for Tompkins?
Yeah. This is what I said when we sold him.
Great money.
We ain't even spent the 30 million pound that they promised us that they was going to fucking spend on a striker. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking slime balls.
Honestly, that's the thing. That is the thing, right? And that's the thing that I'll keep on banging on about. And people, I know some people don't agree with me or whatever, but this is my opinion. At the end of the day, this is my fucking show, so I will say my opinion. Yeah. It just reeks of. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't. They want all the corporate because they've got this big new space and all that. And all this bollocks about us saying it's the most successful stadium migration ever. For who?
Because it's got a nice little digital screen, 52,000.
For who, though? For who?
Well, that's a load of
Well,
bollocks.
not for me, not for you.
When we've sold the stadium, it was
as
a
long
rat.
as it suits you, they don't care.
Now it's a plasma TV.
I'm going to go back to the way they treat us fans, right? 2 weeks ago, the Sunday game at home, I was stood in 114, right, with my mates. My mate Tom does that to Sunderland fans, right? You tell me, you been to a game and seen that happen?
No, never done.
I hope you're joking.
I was all over YouTube, Dom.
But no, I mean, it happens. Football happens. What they do, half time, stewards come bombing in, they kick him out. And I was saying this to Ed, right? You get, he was saying something to the cop or something. Have you ever seen that happen? Cop supported Tottenham, right? You've been at Tottenham, West Ham, Tottenham, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, never seen that happen. No. Well, you're talking shit. You are talking bollocks because every football game, stuff like that happens. Because of that stadium is so fucking corporate and full of prawn sandwich munchers, they don't want that to happen because it reflects bad on them as far as they're concerned. But we're West Ham United. We are West Ham United. We've had a reputation going from the bowling ground. Let's be honest. Our fans ain't angels, but we ain't monsters like the press make out.
No.
I mean, if they knew we are a passionate bunch. But if that's what they were going to think, they might as well have just banned us all before we moved to the stadium because they knew they were going to get stuff like that.
The thing is, things like that happen at the bowling. But because it's the London Stadium, it's where the Olympic legacy happened. Yeah. And they want all their memories of Mo Farah winning the gold medal and all that. And listen, we knew a football team was going to move in there. We knew they was going to move in there. And like we said, football crowds are totally different. Football crowds are the most passionate fans in the world. In any sport.
Because it's the greatest sport in the world.
The thing that worries me the most about it is I'm worried, I'm really worried that they've signed our death warrant. They've signed the club's death warrant. I'm worried that they're going to bite off a bit too much more than they can chew. I don't really think they know what they're doing.
I still think, like, obviously with the stadium, I mean, we're still in good hands. Like I said, it's what happens on the pitch that affects the whole, like, you know what I mean? The atmosphere of the club.
Yeah. But it don't help with the thingy of, people got to sit down so you can get a bigger capacity.
I don't give a fuck about their bigger capacity. I'd rather them reduce it, if I'm quite honest with you. Because I know it ain't coming down to me.
The thing is, we're all deep down. We're, like, given the choice now, we'll all go back to bowling, won't we? We'll all go back to bowling. But it's never going to happen. And the thing is, we've got to get move on. And to be fair, I mean, the last 3 games, I have actually started getting used to the stadium.
You are getting used to it, right? But look, there've been stadium experts and things analysing the thing, saying, look, you need to tear the place down. Yeah, and that's the God honest truth. That's what to make it any good, you need to tear it down and start again, right? And how many teams, right, abroad? Yeah, and I was looking at this the other day. How many teams? Like big teams, move into an Olympic stadium and then within the next few years are out, purpose-built grounds. Bayern Munich, Juventus. There's so many that you can say that move into these stadiums because it's basically for nothing.
We've moved.
And
the problem
they're so soulless, yeah, and they find out they're so soulless, even with them crazy fucking German fans, like, and they can really make an atmosphere. It's so soulless that they think, fuck this. But you know what the worrying thing is about that? They've got the money to do that. People like Bayern Munich and Juventus have got the money to turn around and say, oh, well, just buy a bit of land over there, build a new Allianz Arena over there, and we'll move into that next season. We ain't. No. We've put all our eggs in this one basket, and it looks like, and that's what worries me the most, it could sign our death warrant. Because if we go down in our championship, and let's be honest, by the time we get to Christmas this year, we could be well down there. Yeah. We could be well in trouble. Unless they go out and if they try and do this on the cheap again in January, we could be down. We've gone down with a better team than we got now.
Of course we have.
Yeah? If we go down, that is us fucked.
Because they'll go. They'll
go.
Because they're tied down. The Sullivans and the Goals, they're tied down all the way down to their great grandchildren or something. Because they have made so much. They have milked us all. They have made so much money from that stadium. Their pockets are full. Their job is done. They've got the stadium. They don't give a shit.
They're not going to let us go down. Right? They will spend in January.
We've gone down under them before, Scott. I'm afraid
they're not. Not with this. The whole package of what they're trying to do.
It's not what they're saying. If they won't let us go down, it's what goes on the pitch.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're going to have to.
Golden Sullivan ain't going to go.
But let's
look at QPR.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work like that. You can't always pay your way out of QPR were fucking buying anyone and everyone worth of fucking rub.
Yeah, but they were buying shit.
They were buying players. They were buying players and paying them over the odds who didn't want to be there. You know, it was a payday.
And what are we?
But that's what I'm saying.
What are we, honestly?
In January, if we're still down now, we need to buy smart and buy big. Because they're not going to want the club to go down. The club goes down.
I think they don't give a shit.
No, you can't.
I don't think.
Listen, you're not going to sell. They want to shift the club on. Right, all this crap about we've left it to our sons in the will and all that is shit. Well, they want to sell the club. At the end of the day, that's it. You can't sell a club when it's in the Championship for a profit.
My worry is Birmingham. Look at them.
Yeah, and when did they were in the Premiership when they sold them, weren't they? They sold
I know,
the
but
thing
they've
in and they
still-
got
they've
ready.
still- they've done
Sold
so
it to
nice.
someone
The
who
thing
didn't
is,
give a
though,
shit.
we're not Birmingham, we're West Ham, and
But they're still Golden Sullivan.
I don't
Well, the
think
thing
that I don't think we're going to go down.
No.
I think we're too.
Well,
We're going to struggle. It's not going to be
We
a
are gonna
pretty
s-
season, but we all knew it weren't going to be pretty this season. Let's be honest. Listen, last season was a fucking. It all come together. Last at the bowling, it was a magical season. The wins we had, we weren't going to get them again this season. We knew that. We
mid-table,
knew that.
top
we
half.
got away with it last season,
Yeah.
defensive wise, because
Yeah.
we were outscoring. This
Yeah.
season, nothing's changed.
I think
with
a
that.
lot,
We're
like
getting found out.
we come back from the international break. We got Tottenham away. Sacco comes back.
But
Carroll
will he
comes
be back
back.
though? Because we keep hearing they're going to be back this
Every-
week,
every-
that week,
every-
that week. Carroll's
everything-
been out since August.
Everything points
For a
towards
6-week
them-
injury,
Yeah,
yeah.
everything points to them being.
Sacco for me is going to be like a brand new signing, and I don't care what he's done.
What?
I don't give a shit what he's
He's got-
done. If
he's
he
got-
comes on and scores that winner at Hart Lane,
He's got a
mate.
point to prove, hasn't he?
Listen, the thing is though with Saka, what worries me is what we've been hearing that as soon as we're after a striker, he wanted to leave, right? Fair enough.
I'll put him right.
Fair enough if you want to leave, but at the end of the day, if you're still tied down in the club, you
Dom,
don't.
I agree
throw
with
your
that, but,
toys
mate,
out
but
the
not
pram.
everyone's the same, are they? Like at the end of the day, as I said this before, right? When he first signed, him and Valencia were he played two up top, right? 2 seasons ago was that?
Forced hands. played
Yeah,
two up
full
top.
stand to play 2 up top. Him and Valencia were unbelievable. I know he's had a lot of injuries, Sacco. Yeah, I know he's had a lot of injuries, but he's probably on par with Carroll for injuries, and you wouldn't know. right?
His time off.
But
he actually,
you know what
more
the
time
difference
off than
was?
Carroll.
Do you know what the difference is between him and Carroll? He comes back, and as soon as he comes back, he scores goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he scores goals, and he scores goals, and scores goals. Now, every time he's playing in a team, yeah, Carroll comes back, he's straight out the team.
Yep.
Yeah, without a fucking doubt, right? He's out the team. Sacco, for me, when he's played games, has never done anything wrong. He's never done a thing wrong. He's always played games. He's an industrious forward. He scores goals, and then so he gets put out the team for Carroll because he started playing one up front again. Bilic comes in. Same thing was happening. Carroll was coming in soon. Carroll spent so long out injured, and then when he came back, he was straight in over Sacco. And then it comes to this summer, he thinks to himself, right, that's it. Me and Carroll, we're going to go head to head now. You know what I mean? And what do they say? We're going to sign a 35. Something that they didn't even fucking mean. We're going to sign a £35 million striker. And he wants out. And wants out because he gets shit. There's always a player, and it seems to be always this at West Ham. Let's be honest, it's been Obiang for the past couple of years. For some reason, there's always a player that they have to shit on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And treat like shit. And I think they've treated
But that-
Sacco
Sacco
like
hasn't
shit.
been injured.
But he hasn't
That's
helped
been.
himself out with his attitude.
No.
But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, if you're still contracted to a club, you're still professional. I mean, Carroll and Valencia could have done that, but they didn't. Valencia not the best, as I always
Why?
keep
Because
saying.
Carroll comes straight back in the team.
I know, but he didn't throw a stop like Saka.
but
That's
the
what I'm
thing
saying.
was,
Frank Stroke, what?
You've got
Because
to
there's going to
remember-
be a centre forward.
No, but you've got
Yeah.
to remember Sacco. Yeah, all this started Arsenal last season before there was even any mention of bringing in a striker. Right, he got the arse because he got dropped.
He fell out with Bilic, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's Bilic, like I said before, Bilic is a stubborn man.
You don't cross him.
But it doesn't matter.
Look at
the end
Amor
of the day,
Furtado.
right? Listen, at the
Great
end of the
player.
day,
Cross Bilic, gone.
You're
Zarate.
playing. Yeah, you're playing all right. You're playing well. Granted, he dropped him and it worked out. 'Cause Carroll banged an hat-trick, right? But you want to have the ump. You don't want a player to sit there and go, "Oh well, I'll still take my money."
Listen,
you want him to have the ump.
Sacco's got.
But whether he's got the
Sacco's
ump or not, you
arrogant.
can't then just-
Sacco is arrogant, and he thinks he's the best striker in the world. But that's what you want.
Exactly.
You want a player. You want your striker to think
be.
he's the best player in the world.
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you want someone with arrogance?
Exactly.
As much as it upset anyone, like your
last
player.
game at the Bowling, he was brilliant.
Exactly. That's
Brilliant.
what I mean. We've got to. Look, he's got to get back in the side. No matter what's happened, whether
The
Bilic is falling out or
bottom
whatever,
line is
he's got to play.
The bottom line is, once he's back, and after all this shit that's happened with Bilic and not wanting to play, right? If he does come back, how do we know he's going to be interested if he wants to play?
He's a
don't play.
football player, isn't he? He's a football player. He wants to play football. He will be interested.
But the way it's gone, will he? Will he be interested?
He will.
The
But
way-
he
the
wants to
way
score
everything's
goals.
gone?
Even if he wants to score goals to
He
get
put in a transfer
himself
request.
get himself a move away from the club.
At the end of the day, if he comes back in what
Yeah, but a lot of people
middle of
like,
November, if he plays all the way up to, if he wants out, he plays all the way up to January, bangs in the goals, people are going to come knocking.
At the end of the day, what we say about
We
this
benefit
transfer
either
request,
way.
mate, it's
I
in his,
doubt that Davies
it's
will
in his,
sell him, I think
it's in
that's
his
stupid.
prime.
Scott Parker put in a transfer request. Not a lot of people know that.
Paolo Di Canio put in a transfer request.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
These players do it. Scott Parker done it. You know, and no one fucking slates him.
No, but they didn't go. They didn't throw the toys out of the Prem and refuse to train with the team, did they? If you're still
People are different, mate,
The
aren't
thing
they?
is, it's like, did he really do that? You don't know.
I
Is
don't
he
know, I don't
injured?
care. All we know is we've got
He's not
Tottenham
injured,
away,
is
and
he?
that's a
Listen.
massive game.
Yeah, and you want him back. Listen, if he's
Last
fit,
game at White Hart
if
Lane.
he's fit, he starts 60 minutes under his belt, drag him off after that, bring Carroll on for the last half hour,
Yeah,
they're
but-
both fit.
Playing both up front. Fuck
No,
'em.
you can't start
We've
Carroll.
got to go for
7 up front.
Just put fucking Fletcher,
Zaza,
Carroll,
Caleri,
Zaza,
Cleary.
Caleri.
Listen,
Are you up
Cleary.
front?
Tottenham, and you know they're doing all right. They're not conceding a lot, but they're not scoring a lot.
I think Kane's back though. Just our luck.
Doesn't matter,
Yeah,
does
but
it?
don't matter, does
He
it?
always
He's coming
scores.
back.
He
He's
always
back
scores.
tomorrow.
Just
isn't he?
coming back.
He's
Well,
back
you
tomorrow
know,
for the North London derby.
Every game he scores against us.
Right. So, load of shit. Can we pack up now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
'em.
All right, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match punt. Obviously, as there is an international break, we won't be back next week, but you can join us again for the Tottenham away game, which is in 2 weeks' time, which is
Carnage.
it's going to be a tough game. But before that, we'll be going to the FBA's, the Football Bloggers Awards. We'll all be going up there into Manchester. Fingers crossed. We might come back an award-winning
Never
channel.
know, mate.
You
Never
know.
know.
No, I'm not. I doubt it. But we're up against
Let's
some.
all win something this year then.
Yeah. But no, let's fingers crossed. You never know. We might come back with something. But we'll be doing vlogs of the game. We'll be filming up there, so we'll be putting some of that up. Vlogs of the game, vlogs of the day. Sorry, that's up in Old Trafford. That'll be about the 55th time in Old Trafford we'll be visiting this year, won't it? Well, I assume so. It's a private event, so I'm assuming that. Yeah, so
You know what Old Trafford looks like.
I've been there many times.
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I don't know whether you can still vote, but if you can, just keep on sending your votes over.
Voting's closed.
Well, if it's
Is
closed,
it closed?
it's closed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's closed.
But thank you very much for getting us through.
Yeah.
Go and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV, Twitter @West Ham Fan TV, Snapchat, Instagram, all the other good stuff. Visit our website, www.westhamfan.tv. We've got T-shirts for sale on there. We'll be coming up with some brand new designs coming for the new year, so keep your eye out for them. Hopefully they're not Division 1 when we come T-shirts, but
What happened to the Europe ones? Are they down?
no, they're
Buy
gone
one, get
now,
one
mate.
free
Yeah, buy 10 get one free.
Should have got Astra Goo-Goos.
Yeah. So go and have a look at the T-shirt.
He hates it.
I do you know what that fucking phrase haunts me, mate. Astra fucking good.
Holds me as well.
Yeah, I bet it does. Yeah. Anyway, so go and do all that. Hopefully we'll be back with a better post-match pint next week with a more positive
2
result
weeks'
against
time.
Tottenham. 2 weeks' time. But until then, there's one thing left to say, boys.
Come
Come on,
on,
you
you
irons.